Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Tank and Trucker, and today we are going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to start a new series, and I'm still going to be doing my regular tank reviews and replays as time permits, like I normally do. And I'll still try and get as many out as I can. But I'm going to start something new, and basically, what this is going to do, if I keep looking down, it's because I made myself a cheat sheet that I'm going to read off of, because I had a plethora of stuff I needed to go over. So, basically, what this is going to do is it's kind of geared towards your brand new players, your intermediate players, and some of your players that have been on for a long time, just wanting to improve their win rates and get better stats. Basically, I'm just going to be calling it How to Become a Better Player and Improve Your Stats. Like I said, it'll be more geared towards your your brand new players that just installed World of Tanks, and guys that, and girls that have, let's say, a few thousand battles and they're still learning. And, I've seen players on there that ran across one that had 42,000 battles and a win rate of 2. More than likely, it was a botting program, but still, you got guys on there that have several thousands of battles that's just, they're not getting the hang of it, or they just, they've got their ways set on doing something and it's just not working and they don't want to change. So I'm hoping maybe they'll catch a video and be like, hey, this is kind of cool, let's try this, and maybe it'll help them get their stats up and raise their, elevate their win rate, from maybe the yellow to a green, or green to blue, blue to a purple. I'll do my best to try and make it very educational, show you things, explain things, because you got two types of people that are hands-on, got to do it to learn it, and you got people that can read it or have it explained to them to learn it. Then you have your third, that which they like to have both. I'm a hands-on type person, so for me to explain something, sometimes if it gets a little bit goofy, send me a message and say, hey, what'd you mean, and I'll explain it. So, and I'll try and make, the videos in the basic, most layman's term as I can, without using a lot of, acronyms and stuff, so that people understand when you say HE, I know what it stands for, high explosive, but somebody that just installed World of Tanks, they're going to be like, what's this HE thing he's talking about? So I want to try and make it as simple and straightforward as possible, but yet make it so it helps you really be able to learn to play, World of Tanks. I wish somebody would have done this for me when I first got into World of Tanks. I was in the real world, World of Tanks, when I was in the military. I was in a tank, and so a lot of stuff that I pertain to in the game, I go back to in real life, and real life to a game are completely two different things. And plus, these are, World War II era tanks and stuff, not, Gulf War era tanks, M1 Abrams and, Bradleys and stuff like that. So, big difference. And I'm not going to lie, when I first started playing tanks, I was frickin' clueless. All I knew is, if I shot this HE type of shell thing, it did damage. Might only have been 30 damage, but I was doing damage. When I shot this AP kind of thing, it would bounce a lot, or it would penetrate, do nothing, or knock their track off. But if I shot this APCR thing, hey, I penetrated a lot, but still, I wasn't doing damage every time, and so my stats when I first started out, I can guarantee you, sucked. I mean, literally, I was redder than red. But throughout the years of learning and playing and getting better and platooning up and being in clans and learning from watching videos, I've got blue stats now. I'm still not purple. I hope to be purple one day, but it's a bitch. It really is, and especially when you got, as many battles as I do, it takes a while to even go up a 0.5%, and like right now, just to give you an idea, let's see, we go to summary. So I've got almost 32,000 battles, 69% hit ratio. I got a 51.23 win rate. My average damage per battle is 1,512, which is actually really good. I'm ranked 7,234 in the World of Tanks rating scheme, however that works, which is actually pretty good. And my average experience per battle is 689. Maximum that I've destroyed in one battle is 10, and I did it in a cherry tier. I also did it in a, I actually got 11 kills in my Object 704, but they didn't give out the award for getting 11 kills at that time. Literally, no joking, within like 2 days after I did that, they had a patch and they added a new award in, and when you got 11 kills, you got this new nifty award, so I missed it by like a day or two. My maximum experience I did was 2,710, and I did that in my T29. My E75 also was way up there too. And I've got 85 ace tankers out of 396, which I don't know how they figure that because I've got like 400 and some vehicles. Let me look here. 452 vehicles in my garage that I actually own. So I don't know how they figure out, but whatever. So what I'm hoping everybody can take from this when they watch them is to learn something. Even if you've been playing for quite a while, maybe you'll learn something new. But I'm going to go over just the gist of what, I kind of want to cover in all the different videos. So basically, like the first video, we're going to, like you just installed tanks. How to pick a tank. How to decide what tank you're going to want to have in your garage at the end. At the end game, what tier 10 are you going to have in your garage that you're going to be running? Gonna go over, the stats of the different tanks and stuff. Not every one of them. Basically, like each, your Americans, your German tanks, your Chinese, your Swedens, kind of what their strengths and weaknesses are. Make sure that the tank you're picking is going to fit your play style. Setting up the tank. Because, I know that there's a lot of guys and girls that get on here and they just start, playing World of Tanks, and they got a 50% crew with no gun ram or gun lane drive and stuff, and that just makes such a big difference on how well that tank actually performs. It's a huge difference. I'm going to go over the different types of shells, how they, penetrate. I'm not going to get in depth like, well, if it's 60 meters and you take this plus 10 and 20 and divide it by, I'm not going to do that. Basically, I'm going to tell you, if you're at 45-degree angle, you'll bounce more if you're than straight on. And AP shells lose, over distance. You lose penetration over distance, blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that. Go over, some of the penetration factors. Cover and concealment. How to properly use a bush. You'd be amazed on how many people are sitting in a bush, think they're doing it right because they're in a bush, but then their gun's sticking out, and that bush is really doing them no good. Or they'll be in a bush, shoot, and get lit, and they're like, "Well, I don't understand. I was in the bush," but they don't know they need to back up. It's just little things like that that I want to try and cover and help. Well, let's see. Destructible and non-destructible objects. When to fall back. When you want to stand your ground and fight, or when you need to fall back and, save your hit points for later on. Well, just hit that area. Conserve your hit points. How to, try and hold your hit points for later on in the game. So if you need to take a hit, and be able to take somebody out and still live to win the match versus being down to 15 hit points and you can't take a hit and he rams into you and kills you. What targets to shoot at first? Do you shoot at artillery first? Do you shoot at autoloaders first? That kind of thing. Page 2. Okay. How to make sure, your team is covering the whole map. Not leaving the whole west flank and everybody YOLOs to the east flank. Or vice versa. How to side scrape. How to bait a shot. Get somebody to shoot at you, and miss or knock your track off so that you can hit them. How to angle your armor. Base camping, when it's good and when it's bad. Artillery, I'm not going to get into on this series. Arty is an animal of its own nature. Artillery that'll have its own subject line and everything. It's completely, to get into artillery it's too much because it's its own little world. So we'll do that one, but we're going to do that in a different series. The importance of cap resetting. How to do your hit point sharing. Taking a hit for a teammate, so that you can keep his gun in the game. Can't even read my own writing. Oh, how to make sure you go in as a team, not one at a time. Capping points. How when somebody gets on cap and you get on, who do you shoot at first to get that cap reset? Or if you're the one capping, and you're, third one on cap, what do you need to do? Do you hide in the back, or do you want to stay in the front of the guy that's been on there first? Things like that a lot of people don't know. Aiming for tracks, knock their track off so that, they're stuck there, or they use the repair kit. Don't trade shot for shot. Shoot and pull back. Chai sniping if necessary. If your team YOLOs and they're a bunch of tomatoes, how to work on your win 8 if you just know you're in a fail team. If it's already, 7-1 and you know you're going to lose, what you need to do so that you still end up, even though you're going to lose probably, at the end of the game, what do you need to do to actually, have a smile on your face and know that even though your team sucked and they lost, that you still did damage and got a good win 8. Yeah, that one I was going to say, sitting in a bush next to another tank, and people wonder why they get shot, and, they weren't lit, it's because the guy next to you shot, and they were aiming at him, and they shot you on accident. Not parking on friendly's rear ends when they're, coming around a corner because they need to back up, and you're parked right on them. Pulling in front of people, blocking their shots. Just common sense kind of stuff that people do all the time, and they just don't think about it, and they end up getting you killed, or they end up getting themselves killed and they blame you. Just different things like that. I just kind of want to go over, this stuff, and hopefully, when I'm done with this series, which I don't know how long it'll take or how many different episodes there'll be, some might be shorter videos, some might be longer. But all in all, in the end, I just want you to be able to take from this. If, let's say your win 8's 900, and you watch these videos and you try and implement things that I've showed you or told you how to do, and maybe your win 8 now, 2 weeks down the road will be from, let's say, 900, now it's, 1300, or you were blue and now you're purple. That'll make me feel good, as a person that's teaching you how to play. So I think I'll go ahead and I'll end this video now, and that'll give you an idea what's coming up down the road. And I'll probably do one video tonight, but I probably won't get it out till, a day or two, depending on when I get to a truck stop that's got decent enough internet so I can upload it to YouTube. So anyways, if you guys think this is a complete waste, let me know, and I won't even do it. I'm trying to do this to help you guys, better your stats, become a better player, and, don't not be such a tomato if you are a tomato, or just not make stupid mistakes, because believe me, we've all been there, we've all done it. I mean, I can't count on both hands how many times I was in a clan war battle and did something stupid and lost it for the team, but I can also count on both hands and feet and more the battles that, I was in, that, I was one against me against like 2 or 3 tanks in a clan war, and I was able to take them out and win it for the team, once I knew what I was doing. So, I really hope you guys can take something from this and, use it to your advantage. So, just keep an eye out for these, and I'll have a special icon for it, and I'll call it probably just strictly how to become a better player and improve your stats. That way it's kind of, and it'll say 1, 2, 3, or video 1, video 2, something like that. I'll figure something out so that it kind of sticks out, so you'll be like, oh, hey, there's video 1, oh, there's video 2. But hopefully this will help you in the long run. So, this is Tank and Trucker, and you guys be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.